Hello everyone, I'm Professor Arvedi and welcome to your next data structure lecture. In this lecture, we will be doing the 8th topic of your second module, that is infix to postfix conversion rules. Now, in the previous lecture, we had seen the theory of infix to postfix conversion, or rather we had seen theory of various expression conversions. Out of that, the one we will be implementing is infix to postfix conversion. Okay, now before we do implementation, we need to understand the rules. Rather, we will be formulating the rules, and those rules will be useful while doing the implementation. So what all we'll do is we will take the infix expression. We already know what is the postfix expression for that, and we will try to understand the steps so that we can generate the rules. Now to start with, you got a very basic expression, that is a plus b. You know the postfix is ab plus, so keep an eye on that answer as well. So we start with incoming symbol as a. Now because a is an operand, you can directly see that it is getting printed in the output. So there won't be anything on the stack, but I'll directly display a. So the rule that gets generated with this is if I have an operand, then I have to print. Okay, next is plus. Now currently the stack was empty, so obviously there is nothing we can compare with, so my plus will be pushed onto the stack, output remains as it is. And we got another rule that if I have an operator and if the stack is empty, then I have to push the operator. Next is b, same, if it is operand then you have to print. And finally the expression got over, so it is obvious that whatever is left onto the stack should be retrieved or should be popped. So I would obviously be popping plus, and that will result in AB plus as my final answer. And we got one more rule, that is expression over, then you have to pop the stack and print. So with this very basic expression also, we could generate 3 rules. Okay, so the rules learned so far: if incoming symbol is operand, it should be operand, then print. It can also be stored in output array for storing the output. If operator, so if you got an operator and if the stack is empty, then push the operator. And the third one we got is if expression over, then pop the stack and print till the stack becomes empty. So it might happen that currently we had only one symbol on the stack at the end, but if I have got multiple symbols on the stack, then all the symbols must be popped from the stack. So obviously the popping should continue till the stack becomes empty. Fine, let us take one more example. A plus b into c, and obviously multiplication will be done first. So it is a bc star plus. Let us see step by step. A operand, so print, plus operator and stack empty, so push onto the stack. B operand, so print. Now next is star. Now star obviously is an operator, but stack is not empty. What is there on the stack is plus. You have to look at the previous row. So plus is on the stack, star is coming. See what is happening. Can you see star coming out immediately after, plus coming out immediately after B? No. That means we have to push star onto the stack. And that generates a rule that if incoming operator, which was star, is greater than the residing operator, residing is the one which is there at the top of stack, which is plus. If incoming is greater than residing, then push the incoming. So currently in 2 cases we are pushing the incoming. If the stack is empty, then also we push the incoming, or else if incoming is greater, then also we push the incoming. Next is C, which is operand and print, and then at the end the expression is over. So first I'll pop out star, and then I'll pop out plus, which will give me the answer ABC star plus. Fine. So if you have observed, we have learnt one more rule here. So if incoming operator is greater than residing, then push the incoming operator onto the stack. Fine. Let us go ahead with the next version. A into B plus C, which is AB star C plus, because obviously star has got higher precedence. So A print, star, stack empty, push, B operand, print, now plus. Now incoming is plus and residing is star. Can you see star has immediately got printed after B? And that tells us that we have to pop star. Now see, when we pop star, my stack has become empty. So I stopped and I'll be pushing plus. So the rule that we are getting is if incoming is less than residing, then pop the stack and then push the incoming. Okay, even if the rule we felt like we got, it is not yet polished. So you'll see I'll not be saying rules learnt right now. Maybe we need one more expression. We'll come to that. But what we have got so far is if incoming is less than residing, then pop the stack and then push the incoming. Okay, so we have done that. So obviously star came out, so output is AB star, and then plus is pushed onto the stack. Next is C, operand then print, so C got printed, and finally expression over, so plus is popped, and that obviously becomes the last symbol of the answer, AB star C plus. Fine, so we've learnt one rule, but as I said, it's not yet polished. So we're straight away going with one more expression, A plus B minus C. Now obviously both of them are equal, but because from left to right plus is coming before minus, so it is AB plus C minus. So A, operand, so print, plus, then obviously you have empty stack, so plus will be pushed onto the stack. Then B, obviously operand, so print, so AB is the current output. Next is minus. So now what happens to minus? Now can you see minus, which is incoming, is not greater than residing or not even less than residing. It is equal. But still if you look at the answer, my plus is coming immediately after AB. That means I'm doing the same thing when incoming is lesser as when incoming is equal. So here I say if incoming is equal to residing, still I have to pop the stack and then push the incoming. And that's the reason you can understand why we haven't learned the rule as such, because both of them can be combined. That if incoming is even less than or equal to residing, then we have to pop the stack. Now the question arises, till what we have to pop? Okay, maybe let us complete this expression, then we'll think about it. So next is C. So it got printed, and finally minus will obviously be popped out of the stack. So AB plus C minus. Yeah, so we got one rule. Let us talk about that. If incoming is less than or equal to residing, you have to pop the stack and then push the incoming. But after you pop the stack, if the stack is becoming empty, great, I can push the incoming because I can push incoming on empty stack. But it might happen that there are multiple symbols onto the stack. So after popping one symbol from the stack, there is next symbol available. So I have to still compare. Even if I still feel that incoming is less or equal to the residing, the popping should continue because I can push the incoming only when incoming becomes greater. Okay, or obviously stack becomes empty. So now I can formulate the rule. So what is the rule learned here? You can see if the incoming operator is less than or equal to residing, then pop the stack while stack is not empty and incoming is less than or equal to residing. So till the time stack is not empty or till the time incoming is less or equal, you keep on popping. So when do we stop? We will stop either when stack becomes empty or when incoming becomes greater, because in both of these cases I can push the incoming. So finally then push the incoming operator onto the stack. And this is one of the important rule. Let us go ahead next. Now we obviously are putting brackets. So A into B plus C is in brackets. So that has to be handled first. So the output you should see is ABC plus star. Now see A, operand, so print, star, stack is empty, so it will be pushed. Now opening bracket. Now opening bracket has got a very, very special treatment. That incoming opening bracket, whenever you get, you should always push because it's being given highest priority. So opening bracket is pushed. B is operand, so print. Now plus, see plus is incoming. So what is there as a residing? We have an opening bracket. Again, we have another special kind of a rule that if opening bracket is within the within the stack, or if it is a residing operator, it has got a least priority. So we'll keep the priority of the opening bracket least. Okay, because we obviously consider in stack priority. So in stack priority of your bracket will be considered least, even lesser than the additive. So currently the priority of plus is greater than the priority of opening. So as per the rule, incoming having greater priority, so it will be pushed. So if you've understood, I had incoming plus, residing opening bracket. Just now we said residing opening bracket has got a least priority. So plus being incoming and having greater priority is pushed onto the stack. Next C, which is printed. So ABC is the current output. Now we got a closing bracket. Simple rule. When you get a closing bracket, you should pop till you get opening bracket, and whatever you get in between, whatever you pop must be obviously added to the result. So currently, as soon as I get a closing bracket, I pop. So if you look at the previous row, when I pop, I'll be getting plus. So plus is added to the output. Then I again try popping. I got a opening bracket. So I would stop. So ABC plus. Okay. Next expression got over. So that star which is pending onto the stack is being popped and that is being added at the end. Fine. So here also we got some more rules. So let us now see what rules we've learned by this particular expressions. So first one is if incoming opening bracket, then always push. As I said, highest priority. Then can we say anything can be pushed on residing opening bracket? Yes, because it has got a lowest priority. So if residing opening bracket is there onto the stack, anything comes will be always higher than that. So it will be pushed. Okay. And when you get incoming closing bracket, you have to pop till you get opening bracket. And obviously whatever you pop should be added to the result. Obviously till we get the opening bracket. So opening bracket is not added to the result. Closing bracket we have encountered, so we are doing this. So even closing bracket is not added to the result. So finally in your postfix expression, we will not be having brackets. Fine. So these are the rules. Fine. You obviously have all these rules explained in this video. You can very well go back and again revise these rules properly. That will help you in rather going for the implementation. Fine. So these are the rules for converting infix to postfix. In the next video, we would be doing the implementation of infix to postfix. Fine. So that's it for this video. Thank you.